Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of February 7th, 2021. I'm Caleb Black. This is Luke the Big Dog Williams, our in-studio producer, the mighty Max Fury. And it is time for Top 5. We have two Top 5s. We're going to do them both in this video. Top 5 Royal Rumble 2021 moments. We all collectively agree that these are the top 5 moments from both of the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches. We'll start with the women's Royal Rumble. Moment number 5.
Because women come first, or sometimes not at all.
Not in Max's case. Hey-oh! All right.
Anytime she moves today, that's going to happen. Anyway.
Top 5. Moment number 5. The teaming of Billie Kay and Jillian Hall. It was fucking great.
It really was.
Billie Kay comes out with the pictures. She's been trying to get allies throughout the whole match. Then I loved whenever they get in the ring, and she has the bit with Peyton Royce, but she also has the bit with Ruby Riott. When every time she goes to help Ruby Riott moved.
Yeah.
And went to another opponent.
She was the comedic gold this year.
Yeah, she really, and you know what? To her credit, it obviously, like we talk a lot how the WWE books stupid angles. You could do a funny, fun angle with her, and it would be still okay to watch.
I've watched a lot of the off-brand stuff from her, like on YouTube, where it's not like WWE produced, and she is actually a really funny person in I like to say real life,
right? But
she really is.
Unlike some superstars where they try to pull those gimmicks, she can actually work too.
Yeah.
And she can work. And they allow her to. You get to see that.
We praised Billie Kay and Peyton Royce all last year.
Just doing the funny stuff, not being allowed to, like what they were doing with not Alexa Bliss, the chick that kept putting to the table.
Oh, Lana.
Well, Lana.
Yeah. Lana does the hokey stuff, and it's not entertaining.
Yeah, but they don't let you see her work.
Yeah.
With Billie Kay, you get to see it, and so it allows everything to work.
It's the Santino Marella aspect.
Yeah. They're also not overdoing it with Billie Kay. Like, when she goes to the commentary table, she does her thing, and then she's not on the rest of the show.
Yeah, they don't make her giant focus out of that.
Because she's foreign, it's easier that it gets over easier that way, I think.
Yeah.
The Australian, the accent, the playing up on I'm not American, so I'm kind of goofy kind of thing works.
And the other part is they're not doing it in a way that's embarrassing to her. That makes it unwatchable.
Yeah.
You know when they used to do the Piggy James thing? Where it was supposed
Natalia,
to be
where
funny.
she farted all the time.
But it's supposed to be funny, but it's just cringy and embarrassing for them. The Billie Kay running around and giving like her picture to people she wants to be friends with is hilarious.
Yes.
If it's done right and they're doing it
It's a resume. It's a headshot. And on the back of it, it's a resume. Yeah. It's fantastic.
So the number 5 moment in this year's Royal Rumble goes to Billie Kay and Jillian Hall. Number 4, Alicia Fox winning the 24/7 title from R-Truth. Again, somebody who's taken the ball and ran with it.
Yeah.
R-Truth runs into the Women's Rumble. Obviously not a participant. Runs back out. The group of guys who typically chase the 24/7 title follow him down. He runs back into the ring. Alicia Fox, being ever the opportunist, rolls him up. Is 24/7 champion for a brief moment. After she's eliminated, Truth rolls her back up and takes it back. But it was a fun moment.
It was. It was good. I think that the only way it could have been better is, as we were talking about it just in moment 5, I really think Billie Kay should have had that spot.
Oh, man, that would have been great.
Because she would have just freaked out as champion in the ring. Would have been perfect.
Or even, for the other end, Lana.
You know what?
I don't think she was in the ring at that time.
No, I don't believe she was.
Commentary.
Next week, they're probably going to give it to her.
Probably.
Good. Give it to her and keep it on.
Yeah.
Just because they keep stealing all
I was going to say, one more idea they can steal from us.
Yeah. Looking at you, creative team.
Sons of bitches.
When we told you that you needed to get better, we didn't mean rip us off.
Right. Yeah, get better ideas. Don't use ours.
You can buy it
unless you want to pay us for it.
Yeah, I mean, we could always use a sponsor.
I will totally sell you my ideas, and I promise you it'll be much better TV than what you produce.
For sure.
Number 3 in the Women's Royal Rumble, the final 3 coming down to Charlotte, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair.
Which last year's, after the Rumble, when Charlotte was going to challenge for the NXT Women's Championship, there was a 3-person aspect where
Bianca Belair,
Rhea Ripley were already in a program.
Yep.
Charlotte Flair come into that program, and those 3 were the head to Mania.
Yeah.
Which only fitting that this year's Rumble come down to those 3 people who will also be the shot to Mania. Right. It made perfect sense.
And also, people forget, I think, sometimes how long Charlotte Flair has been in the WWE and how long she's been on top.
Yeah.
And it was indicative that like Rhea Ripley was there with her last year. Now it's Bianca Belair's opportunity.
Yep.
And it was a very cool moment. Number 2, Victoria.
Enough said.
Hasn't missed a step.
Wow.
Looks great. Wrestles great.
Got some eliminations.
I love that. Who is it? Peyton Royce hit the Widowmaker on the girl from NXT, and then Victoria was, let me show you how it's done, and then hit her with the Widowmaker.
Widow's Peak.
Widow's Peak, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the Widow's Maker in TNA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Hasn't lost a step, still looks good as fuck.
Yeah.
For her age, just had a birthday, as Maximus pointed out in one of the last videos. As far as I was concerned, she could have won the whole fucking thing, and I would have been upset about it.
Yep, not mad about it at all. And that leads us to number 1, Bianca Belair winning the Royal Rumble. But before that, the viral video or review sensation, who is it? It's Bianca and
Rhea Ripley.
Is it Rhea Ripley, or I thought it was someone else?
Nope, they were the last two.
Where they're both hanging by the rope, and it looks like their feet have touched the ground, or her feet have touched the ground. They did not, but it was a great moment. Also, Bianca and who's it? Bianca and Naomi, who used each other to get back up, was a very cool moment too.
Yeah. The only problem I have with that whole situation there, I have no problem with Bianca Belair winning the Royal Rumble. She was my pick. She went in at number 3 and won the whole fucking thing.
Yep.
Great, good for her. I can't wait to watch her wrestle at Mania against Sasha Banks. It's what better happen. But I went back and I reviewed the footage of the dangling on the ropes. 1 foot touched.
Yeah.
1. Not both. I don't care how many times you take a picture of a video to where it looks like it unless you're seeing it actually happen in real time, it did not happen. Now, second, the biggest problem I have with that whole thing was Naomi landing on her back on the floor, and just because her feet were in the air, she was not counted eliminated.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I agree.
Stop it.
But it's the same thing, like, you can legally be eliminated by someone who's already been eliminated.
Right.
It's those small, antiquated rules need to disappear. Or you can be eliminated by someone who's not even in the match.
Those are nothing more...
Your feet or back hit, like,
if
you
hit the
floor, her hands hit, and she was, they did the handstand thing or something.
If you hit the floor and you're off the ring, you should be eliminated.
That's what I'm saying. You're getting way too hard up and way too caught up in the big moments. Stop it.
I agree.
If you're on the outside of the ring and your back hit the ground, I don't give a shit if your feet were in the air or not.
It's like running around off the ring. You're a kid playing the ground is lava.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
All right, that closes up for the women's top 5. Now it's time for the top 5 of the men's Royal Rumble. Number 5 was Carlito, who looks better now than he has ever looked in his entire career. Looked great. Was
had a good
on
showing.
The money, had a great showing, hit the backpack a couple times, backstabber, whatever they call it. Carlito comes in at number 5.
Yep.
Because he spits in the face of people who don't like to be cool.
Well, technically come in at number 8 in the Rumble.
That's right.
So he's one far off.
Number 4 was the dive from Bad Bunny. It was cool. It had an internet personality. I'm sorry, a media personality involved. He didn't interfere in the Royal Rumble, but
even though he's going to get a match at Mania,
which is fine. He had a brilliant dive. It looked cool. It was topical. I dug it.
He can thank Snoop Dogg for that because that's all that was.
Yep. Number 3, Braun Strowman. So AJ Styles' bodyguard was on the outside. He actually eliminated Big E and one other person. Caught AJ Styles as Braun threw him over the ropes the first time and put him back in the ring. He got back in the ring. Braun Strowman hooked him again, and instead of taking him to that side, threw him just.
Well, he faked that side,
and then whipped him around and threw him over the other side where the bodyguard couldn't get to him.
Fantastic.
Great. I really thought Braun was going to knock him out, but we'll take it. Number 2, the return of Christian.
For sure.
There's no better. Edge being in the ring, the tears, the joy.
The tears in the ring, the tears in the front room where we were sitting.
Oh, man, yeah. It was beautiful. And, of course, number 1, Edge. A year removed from his return from the Royal Rumble last year, winning the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble.
From the number 1 spot, also position. Being the... If you ask me, Daniel Bryan's time doesn't count.
No, because it was in the greatest Royal Rumble. Which is in a
62 minutes for Edge, bell to bell, being 47 years old.
One of, 3 people to win more than one Royal Rumble?
Yes.
One of 4 people to win the Royal Rumble for the number 1 spot?
No. Would have been three people. Yep.
Him, Rey Mysterio. No, because Rey was 2.
Him, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I always forget that they don't count it if you come out at number 2.
Yeah.
Even though it's the same amount of time.
If they counted it coming out as number 2, you would have to add Rey Mysterio and Vince McMahon to that list. Yeah. And I think that's why they don't.
And is also the oldest person, active roster member with the exception of Vince McMahon. Count to have won a Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Which is very cool. I'd also like to look at how many Canadians have won the Royal Rumble.
2.
Was it just Edge and Chris Benoit? Did Bret Hart never win the Royal Rumble?
Oh, I didn't count Chris Benoit. 3. Bret Hart,
Edge,
Chris Benoit, and Edge.
Yeah.
3. Yes.
I guess you're right.
Yep.
Huh. Only 3 Canadians to have ever won the Royal Rumble. How about that? If we're wrong about that, let us know in the comments down below. Send us an email.
Not wrong.
I know. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/prowrestlingthrowdown. Follow us on Twitter at prowrestlingtd. Please like, please subscribe, please share on all your little social media outlets and your platforms and whatnot. And stay tuned for part 2 of our award show coming up next.